So this hasn't really been talked about as much in the news lately, but I still thought it would be worthwhile to address it. The issue that we're talking about today is marriage, specifically in America. And how do we fix this? Now, what I mean by that is that I think it's clear to everyone involved that we have a problem, okay? Because both sides view marriage very differently, and it's not a problem that is going to end, okay? We saw this with gay marriage. We saw examples where we disagreed fundamentally because there's people that do believe that gay marriage is morally wrong and shouldn't be legal, and then there's people that agree that marriage should be whatever you want. Now, those are two very distinct and different views. Now, myself, if you want my view on it, I'm religious. Okay, I am. And because of this, I do agree that marriage is between a man and a woman, morally. Legally, though, I don't really have a problem with it. I'm a libertarian, as I said. It's not hurting me. Okay, if two women want to get married, I'm not affected by that. If two trans people want to get married, I'm not affected by that. The problem that we run into, though, is that there are people that you will see the people that don't like that, as an idea. And because we see this, we'll see people such as, a great example would be the baker. We all know what I'm talking about. Whenever I see the baker that refused to bake a marriage cake for a gay couple. Now, the problem is that then you have an issue of, well, where does freedom of religion come in? Where's the baker's rights versus the couple's rights? Now, personally, again, as a libertarian, I side with the baker, and here's why. Everyone, I know that the law says that you can't discriminate. The law does not say that you are entitled to someone. You are not entitled to someone else to make you a work of art. So this baker, is entitled to, not make a cake with a swastika on it. I don't think there's any controversy there. If this baker can say, no, I'm not going to make a Nazi cake. I'm not going to make a KKK cake. I'm not going to make, these cakes because I don't agree. I don't want to. But the problem comes in is that now, okay, he's discriminating against a gay couple. So we're forcing him to go against his religion, which he won that case. So we can't do that. But I don't think that I'm alone in knowing, because this isn't like I know that there's going to be cases like this in the future, right? That's inevitable. It's an inevitability that we will see more cases where the rights of couples being married infringe on religious rights. This is terrible. This is a terrible thing that has happened. Now to go into how to fix it, because this is very important. The only way to fix marriage in America is that you fundamentally need to change how America and the government specifically, not religion, because again, I'm religious. Marriage is a religious ceremony. But you need to fundamentally change how the government deals with it. So we need to take marriage as a whole, marriage as a governmental process, as something that you need to go and file a license for. We need to go and take marriage and remove it from government completely. I know what a lot of people are saying, that's totally irrational, it's crazy. It's not. Marriage was originally a religious ceremony. It actually, it originated it was religious. So you have this religious ceremony, and there's no reason for the government to be involved at all. No one cares if you get baptized. That's not on file. No one cares if you get a bar mitzvah. So the only reason that we care about marriage is because it has been made a government thing, and there's different, you can file joint taxes together and do different things together. Now these rights, to be married is, to these advantages of being married don't have to go away. Here's why. If you look at different states, such as Colorado, Hawaii, Illinois, and New Jersey, not Idaho, excuse me. But if you look at those 4 states, they actually have this thing called a civil union. Now, what this is it's not marriage, but you're afforded a lot of the same, sort of rights and privileges, and you do adopt sort of a marriage-like legal standing, but it's not marriage. Now, of course, there's going to be problems to arise from this, but it's not marriage. You just go and you sign a paper. There's no ceremony. There's no nothing. So if you have a civil union, suddenly you don't have to do all this stuff, and no one's rights have to be infringed. Because if a baker refuses to make a civil union cake, no one cares. Because they don't need the cake. They don't need the ceremony. Now, of course, people care, but suddenly it's not as fundamental to the entire process. Just because someone's not going to make them a cake, or a certain church says, no, we're not going to marry you, we're not going to marry a gay couple, that's against our principles, it's against our religion. So then you don't have this problem that arises when you call it marriage, when you have it marriage. There doesn't need to be a ceremony, there doesn't need to be this whole thing. It's just, if we have civil unions, then you can still get the benefits of being married without having all the negativity and, infringing on everyone else's rights. Because if I want to get married to a gay man down the street, I can't walk into a church and demand to be married if it's against their principles. I can't walk into a Christian church and say, you need to marry me. I can't walk into a synagogue and say, you need to marry me. And that's what's going to happen. Of course, if we keep on this, where marriage is part of the government, there will come a time when that's called infringing on someone else's rights. It's called hate. I don't even know if you call it hate speech at that point. It's probably a hate crime. That's how it would be categorized if you refuse to do this. That's inevitable if you continue on this path of calling it marriage, because you already see that there's a lot of differing opinions on, on who should be able to get married, on what, how it should be done, what it entails, different things. But if you remove it altogether, suddenly it doesn't matter. Like, it shouldn't matter. Because, again, as a libertarian, I don't care. If Jim and Joe want to go get married, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't. Because I don't think of that as a real marriage. Because, again, in my religion, it doesn't really, we recognize it as a marriage, but it's not eternal. Like, again, but, to get off of that whole point about me, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if, the clergyman or the bishop doesn't want to marry a gay couple because it's against his religion. It's not, if we take it out of the government, it suddenly isn't necessary to have this whole ceremony. This alleviates a lot of the stress and, a lot of the pressure that's on, these couples to push for different things in different religions. So, that's one of the, for me, that's the only way I see being able to fix the marriage problem. It's not really a problem as much as, I want to call it a road bump, like a speed bump, a speed bump. It doesn't, as we saw with the Baker incident, it doesn't necessarily, destroy the country like some of these other issues do of gun control and abortion. I wouldn't call it that important. But at the same time, we're going to see this in the future. And frankly, the only way that we don't see this in the future is if it is removed. Because a civil union, no one cares. It's not marriage. It's civil union. It's contract. No one cares who signs a contract. Unless it's a marriage license, because it's marriage. So again, just remove marriage out of it. Just take it out of the equation. It's a religious ceremony. Leave it to religions. Because frankly, if you don't belong to a religion, if you're atheist, why does it matter if you get married? If you're so afforded the same benefits, if you can just walk around saying, oh yeah, we're married, because, no one's going to fact check you there, why does it matter if you legally, if you are married in religion? It doesn't. So again, just take it away. It shouldn't be a process in the government. It's wrong. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit into, You know, and it used to. Honestly, I'm not giving it enough credit. It used to when we all had very similar ideals in this country, but you know, after recently there has been a push for you know, tolerance. Which I personally, again, I'm a libertarian. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. Go do what you want. I don't care. I do care when you start infringing on the rights of the baker, infringing on the rights of the clergyman, infringing on all these rights. So that's why I'm concerned about the marriage problem in the United States. So again, the only way to fix it is to remove it from the government. Thank you. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, please do so below. If you have any comments on the video, always greatly appreciate it. If you would like to debate or have a conversation, please comment below. Send us your information. We'll try to fit you in. And again, thanks for watching the channel. We can use all the support that we can get at this point. You know, again, small channels, especially small political channels, need support right now in an age when media, frankly, on all sides, can't be trusted. I don't think I'm the only one that thinks so. So again, please just comment below, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.